Let's talk about beard dye, specifically those that should consider using it and those that should never even let that thought enter their brain, and then especially go over some relevant factors that could help you make the decision one way or the other. But first, I would like to do a quick welcome. Thank you guys for checking this video out. My name is Dan C. Bearded. If you like beards, if you like facial hair, please hit a thumbs up. And to go with that, if you do like those things and you're new here, please consider subscribing. This channel is all about making your beard look good, feel good, from the most complex and detailed subjects to the newest and kind of most basic subjects. I would really appreciate that. And if you are already a subscriber out there, I love you. Thank you guys. All right, let's go over this. I think it is pretty simple. There is a small percentage of beards that should consider using beard dye, but the majority should not. Let's go over it right away. Who should consider doing this? If your beard could benefit structurally, the structural integrity of your beard could improve with some additional color, then you should consider it. Now, what do I mean by that? If you have a beard that has a prominent color that is nice and strong and defines your beard, and then you have some areas that are really light, that it makes it appear like it's not there. It makes it appear like a certain spot is missing or weak, but the hairs are there. They just happen to be a different color, or they just happen to be really thin. And I'm not talking salt and pepper. I'm talking about a good brown, black, red beard, and then just some areas of little tiny like blonde hairs that are thinner, that are smaller, and maybe they don't show up as much. If you add some color to it and it boxes it in, it frames it in, it gives it a new structure, a new shape, I do understand that. I completely agree. You should look into that. Now, do you have to? No, of course not. But I do know that there's going to be people watching this that are saying, yes, that's why I'm looking into it. Now, those of you that I believe should not consider this are people that don't like the color of their beard, are people that think that it makes them look older than they really are, or people that just cannot embrace or get over the idea of having gray, white, silver hairs. I don't think you should consider beard dye in those situations. I truly believe those different colors, the diversity, the complexity, the range of colors is appreciated. It's loved. It's something that should be honored, and you should really consider embracing it and then absolutely rocking the heck out of it. In the coming details, I'm going to break down some different aspects of beard dye and something that you should think about and consider, even if you're going to make the decision. Let's say you say, yes, I'm going to. These are some things to go into that consideration process when you're picking out the dye, or maybe, just maybe, these factors will turn it the other way. Number one, short beards lend themselves better to beard dye than medium to long beards. There's a few reasons behind that, but the most prominent one is that when you have a short beard, you need more maintenance and more frequent trims. When you trim that beard more often, you're going to kind of mitigate any damage or like leaching of nutrients that beard dye may be doing to the hairs by constantly cutting the ends of the hairs off. Also, to kind of go with that, the closer the hair is to the face, to the follicle, to the base, it's usually stronger and thicker at that point. And again, that beard dye is not going to do as much damage, and we'll kind of talk about that damage in a little bit. So, beard dye, better with short beards. Long, medium beards can be a real problem. Number two factor you should consider, the longer lasting or better beard dyes out there almost always have a more negative impact on the hairs and the beard itself as compared to the ones that are decently healthy and not a problem. They just go away quicker. So it's kind of a balance, right? Something like a henna dye is not bad for your beard. It actually can have some decent health properties to it. The only issue is that dye is not going to last very long, especially if you shower on a regular basis. It's pretty much going to wash away in a very short period of time. Now, the stuff that you don't have to worry about, that's going to stay, it's strong, it's vibrant, it looks great, it's really going to do some damage to your beard almost always. So again, everything with this topic is pros and cons and weighing out what really matters to you. The third factor and last one that I'm really going to go over that you should consider when thinking about dyeing your beard is the constant upkeep that you need to do with that color. Whether it's long lasting or it's something that fades quicker like that henna, or if you're talking about that box stuff that's really going to destroy your beard, one thing that is constant is those hairs are going to grow. When they grow, the roots, the base, the beginning parts of it are going to be a different color. Why? Because that hair follicle, that piece of hair was in your face when you dyed it, and it's not going to match what grows out. So to keep up with it, you need to constantly be dyeing those roots and really adding color to that beard. So this is something that needs to become part of your routine, needs to become part of your beard care package, I guess you would call it. But the more you do it, generally speaking, the more damage you're doing to your beard. So again, you got to keep it up. It's more work, it's more damage, but it's going to look better, or what you consider a look you're going for. Man, these pros and cons really start to get heavy. With all that said, let's wrap this up here. Most of you watching this video right now, in a couple weeks, in the future, years down the road, should not dye your beard. It is not going to be a better look. It's not going to be a better experience, and it's sure as heck not going to be a better healthy beard. Now, again, there are a small amount of you out there where it does make sense. If it's the difference of shaving your beard or not, do it, absolutely. I do believe that facial hair is going to be better than shaving the face for almost everybody that's watching this video. But there again are some things that you want to consider, and I will say, I have never dyed my beard. I am not speaking from a place of experience. However, I have heard from many people that have dyed them. My buddy Brian, who is a content creator, he dyed his beard for a company to try it out, see what it was like. He ended up having to let me rewind that. He ended up having to trim his beard, the lowest point that he has had it in a very long time, at least since I knew him, because his beard felt terrible. Afterwards, he was like, it was a major mistake. And there's many other people that dye it. And for me personally, I'm like, it doesn't look natural. I think that's not as good of a look. Now, that is my personal preference. That is my bias there. I can admit that freely, but I know I'm not alone on that thought. In the end, you have to do what makes you happy. You have to do what makes you confident. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on beard dye, especially if you have tried it. And then additionally, let's throw some comments out there about beard colors, because there are a lot of new beardsmen. There are a lot of beards that are growing out for the first time. Maybe sometimes it's in your 50s and 60s. Maybe it's a veteran that's growing a freedom beard for the first time ever, and they feel insecure about those colors. Read those comments. We love all colors. I have so many. It's not easiest to see on camera, but I've got gray, I've got silver, I've got white, I've got brown, I've got red, I've got crazy dark black hairs in there as well. I love it. It's a cornucopia, and I embrace it. As it starts to turn more and more of the lighter kind of gray, white, silver hairs, I welcome that as well. So please reach out if you want some personal advice, if you want me to take a look at your beard, if you want me to give more information on this, I would be happy to. And of course, if you have any questions, leave those as a comment down below. But I cannot wait to hear your experiences with beard dye, your thoughts on beard color and beard dye in general, and really anything that you can add to this discussion, please drop it down below. That does mean a lot to me. So thank you guys for watching today. Dan C. Bearded, stay bearded and stay positive.